Now children, please check the answers for the previous assignment. The first main was fill in the blanks. Rusting of iron takes place in the presence of water and oxygen. So, water and oxygen are both very essential for rusting to take place. Ripening of fruits is an example of chemical change. So once the fruit has ripened, it cannot be converted back into the unripe form. So it is a chemical change. The next one, answer the following. The process in which crystals are formed from their solutions is crystallization. Then what is galvanization? The process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron is galvanization. Then the third question, why is rusting faster in the coastal areas? Rusting is faster in the coastal areas due to the high amount of moisture in the atmosphere. So rusting takes place much more faster. Now look at the pictures on the screen, children. Now the first picture there shows you a picture of the sky which is very clear. Now a day with clear sunshine makes us feel very happy, isn't it? So when it is too hot, then you feel very uncomfortable. You start feeling very uncomfortable. So then once it starts becoming cloudy, and then when it starts raining, you're very happy. Yes. So our weather is so important that we have daily forecasts of this weather in the newspapers and the television. And sun is the primary source of energy that causes all the changes in the weather. Weather and climate have a great impact on our daily life. Weather and climate determine the type of clothes we wear. That is, during the summer season, we wear light clothes which make us feel very comfortable because the light clothes do not absorb a lot of heat. And during the winters, we wear very warm clothes made of wool or fur, which protects us and keeps us warm. Similarly, during the rainy season, we wear raincoats, which protects us from the rain. The second point, mode of transport we use also. So the transport system that we use also depends upon the weather and climate that we have at that time, at that point of time. Now, say for example, if it is raining very heavily and if you cannot travel by either a bus or a car to some other place, then naturally you will have to travel by air, or uh, the mode of transport changes according to weather and climate. Now, the third point is the types of food that we grow and eat. Now, rice is a tropical crop which can be grown almost throughout the year. So, in India especially, the southern part of India, the staple crop is rice. And similarly, in the northern part of India, the staple crop is wheat. So, depending upon the weather and climate, and depending upon what kind of food is grown there, we eat. The next point, all the living organisms are adapted to survive in the climatic conditions of their natural habitat, meaning, say for example, you have the polar bear. The polar bear is adapted to live only in the polar regions, which is covered with snow. Similarly, if you have the camel can live only in the desert. It has adapted itself to live in the desert. So this is common with almost most of the animals. Now let me talk about weather. What do we mean by the word weather? Now, all of us know that the sun is the primary source of energy that causes the change in the weather. Weather is nothing but it is about the various changes that occur in the atmosphere of the earth. Now, you would have seen this, that you find daily weather reports, okay, which carries information about temperature, humidity and rainfall. Now, this is the weather forecast or the weather report that you would have seen in the newspaper or in the television. So what do we mean by the word weather? It is the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to the temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. The temperature, humidity and the other factors are called the elements of the weather. So we often say, if you would have noticed, we would have often say today's weather is too hot, or we may say today's weather is too cold, or we may say the weather was very warm last week, or it was very cold last week. So the weather is a very complex phenomena that can vary over very short periods of time. So daily it can keep changing. It can change from morning. The weather could be different in the morning or it could be different in the evening. So very short periods of time it goes on changing. So what we have to tell over here is weather is a different or it's a very complex phenomenon which is not easy to predict. Now I told you about the weather reports that you see on television or newspaper. Now, who is responsible for this? How do you get this? So, the meteorological department of the government collects all the data on temperature, humidity, wind, etc. and they make a weather prediction. And meteorology is the study or the scientific study of the atmosphere, and the person who studies this weather is called a meteorologist. And these weather experts or these meteorologists, they use computer technology and data from the earth stations and satellites. They get pictures from satellites to predict the weather of a place. Now this is just an example of a weather report of 7 days. Now in the first row you can see it is weather forecast and the dates are given. So it is for 7 days and the dates are given in the first row. Now in the second row what you can see is you can see the temperatures 28 degrees centigrade, 27 degrees Celsius, 26 degrees Celsius. You can see the different temperatures there. So, and in the third row, you can see the maximum temperature and the minimum temperatures. So, every day the temperature of our atmosphere is changing and there are special thermometers which are used to measure the maximum and minimum temperatures. Now, we have already spoken to you about temperature. And all of you know that temperature is the measure of the degree of hotness or coldness of an object. Now, as I've already spoken, I told you about the maximum temperature, right? So, maximum temperature of the day occurs in the afternoon and as the earth gets heated up by the sun. Now, at night, as the sun rays do not fall at that place, it will cool down and the temperature comes down. And minimum temperature usually occurs early in the morning and special thermometers are used and they are called maximum and minimum thermometers to measure the maximum and minimum temperatures. Now let me talk to you about humidity. Humidity refers to the amount of water vapor that is present in the air. I'll give you an example. Now we take the example of the coastal areas. Now in the coastal areas, if you would have gone there, you would have experienced it. So in those regions, you keep sweating all the time. Now why do you think you keep sweating all the time? That is because the water is not absorbed by the atmosphere, since the air itself has a lot of water vapor in it. Similarly, in the deserts, the air is very less humid because there is very little amount of water vapor that's present in the air. Now let us talk about the effect of sun in changing of weather. Now all the changes in the weather are caused by the sun, and the sun is a huge sphere of hot gases at a very high temperature, and the distance of the sun from us is very large. It is very far away, and the energy that is sent out by the sun is so huge, it is so much that it is the source of all the heat and light on the earth. So we say sun is the primary source of energy that causes all the changes in weather. Energy absorbed and reflected by the earth's surface, oceans and atmosphere play important roles in determining the weather of a particular place. Now let us talk about climate. Now, is weather and climate the same, or is there a difference? Yes. So what do we mean by the word weather and what do we mean by the word climate? Now when we talk of climate, the climate of a place is called as the average weather condition at a particular place over a long period of time, say about 25 years or more. And the climate varies from place to place. Now I think you can understand this. That is, the climate will not be the same everywhere. It might change. Now when we take the earth, now you know the earth is divided into different zones. The regions which are very close to the equator are very hot because of the direct rays of the sun falling over it. Now if you take the polar regions, it is extremely cold. The places are covered with snow almost throughout the year. So if the temperature of a place is hot for most of the days and if there is more rainfall, then we say that the climate of that place is hot and wet. Now example I can give you is Kerala, because Kerala is in the coastal area where they have lot of rain and it is also hot. Now if the temperature of a place is hot for most of the days and if there is less rainfall, then we say that the climate of the place is hot and dry. Now there I can give you the example of Rajasthan, or place, any desert for that matter you can take. Now try to answer these questions, children. The first main, fill in the blanks. The average weather taken over a long time is called dash. The maximum temperature of the day occurs generally during the dash. Answer the following. Name the elements that determine the weather of a place. What is humidity? Thank you, children.